and I am on 5 hours of sleep. But my students asked for an elf. I did a vote. They're okay with me making an elf. I told them that I am permanently on the naughty list so that no elves visit me, but I am happy to make an elf if they voted for it, and they voted for me to make an elf. Problem is, I'm trying to do this on time crunch. I'm going to use chunky yarn instead of small worsted weight yarn. So I don't know how it's going to turn out because I'm going to have to modify the pattern a lot, and I'm not trying to make it look perfect. So we'll see how it goes. The past few days, I'm busy with grading. There's a time crunch grading stuff that I need to get done today. So yesterday I didn't get home until like close to 7 after doing chores. Hi, welcome whoever joined. Gonna be starting an elf today. And just busy the day before that, but we're gonna get started. I'm gonna use a Bernat blanket if I turn my camera around. These are the yarn colors I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using a 6.5 clover hook while I am crocheting today. And the pattern is in the description. It's by Nirogurumi. This is what it looks like if I turn my camera around. This is the pattern for them. Nirogurumi. And it looks really cute and looks really, really good like this. I have no clue how mine's going to turn out because I've never made a doll before. I told myself I wouldn't make dolls because they're crazy hard to make. So one of my coworkers gave me these eyes I can finally use, and we're just going to get started. Starting with my 6.5 hook, it's saying to start with red. No, saying to start with the legs. And they said they want the legs to be 20 rounds. So if we're to wait with chunky yarn, that's just not going to work. So I am just going to go for like until it looks normal. So I'm going to grab... Wait, Elf on the Shelf got red feet. I'm gonna look at what Elf on the Shelf looks like because I don't care if it's not perfect, but I don't want to look like absolutely jacked up for the kids. That would just not be very fair. Oh, he really is all red, huh? Okay. Grabbing my red yarn to start with. I'm just gonna pull the center pull because we love a good center pull. Then I'm gonna magic ring, and they're asking. I don't know if I want to do 12 because he's going to be like, his leg's going to be this thick. It's going to be a thick leg. Let's just see how this turns out. It's probably going to be a hot mess because I don't want him to be like a million feet big. That's just going to make no absolute sense at all. All right, I'm nervous, but we're just going to get started. How has you all's week been? Especially, I don't know what it's like for people who aren't teachers before they go into, like, during the Christmas season, but when you're a teacher, it's actually not too bad. You know, compared to, like, third quarter, where it could be, like, pretty wild. It's nice that when you're a teacher, 1, 2, 3, that because there's so much stuff going on, it's pretty festive. It gets busy, don't get me wrong, especially for the time crunch for testing, but the kids are still in a pretty good mood during this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this is 6. I'm scared. So for y'all who just joined, I'm making Elf on the Shelf. I just started. This pattern's for worsted weight yarn. You're supposed to use a 3.25 hook. I'm just using my normal hooks. I don't know how this is going to turn out. I'm going to increase to 12. Pray his legs are not too chunky. Because I don't want to snooze the clock and be like, why is his legs chunky? And I'd be like, well, you know, this is what I got done. You know, and just do be like that. And don't hate on him. He's done nothing wrong. It's all because I'm on the permanent naughty list. For those who had Elf on the Shelf growing up, or had Elf on the Shelf for their children or family members or whatever, how did they react to it? Did they actually follow, like, not touching and everything? Y'all, what different types are like? I literally know absolutely nothing. I'm gonna be so for real. I don't know anything about Elf on the Shelf or anything like that. So the pattern says to stop at 12. It actually doesn't look too thick so far. Do I want to weave this end? I'll weave in this end later. So it says it wants it to go for 20 rounds. Oh, wait, no, I messed up. Okay, I'm so wrong. Okay. So I go like 2 rounds around, and then I decrease. So his legs are not going to be this thick. He's not going to be like this thick for legs and like this skinny for the body. So that's good. I'm just going to follow this magic ring around for 2 rounds. Not magic ring. This 12 stitches around for 2 rounds. For when do you all take breaks off work? Like, for example, how do you all judge when it's time to take a sick day? And last year I took a lot of sick days, but I was still on Medicaid for ADHD during that time. So when I was anxious, it wasn't like I can take medicine to like stop my brain from thinking. It would just be nonstop. And growing up, I didn't take sick days at all. Like if I was sick, it was just very reckless of me growing up. I went to school, but as an adult now, because I get 10 sick days a year, I'm like, you know what? If I don't sleep, I won't go in. Or if I feel not great mentally, I won't go in. But obviously, I'm not going to go and fight strep. Like, I got strep last year and during my student teaching, and I was like, no, I'm not going in if I got strep. That's just not right. Hi, welcome for those who are joining in. I'm doing an elf on the shelf, but I'm changing the pattern completely. The pattern's in the description, and I have zero clue how it's going to turn out. I don't know if it's going to turn out good. We'll check back in an hour to see what this tomfoolery is I do. So now they wanted to decrease bound to 8, so I have to weave in the end here before continuing, because it's just going to be annoying later. And I know you don't have to weave in the ends for thick yarn. It's just I do it because I crochet loosely. I'm just a creature of habit, and I'm like, if I wouldn't want my students to destroy this, maybe I should weave in this unnecessary end. For y'all in the chat, do you all weave in your ends when you do crochet amigurumi, even when you're working a bulky yarn, or do y'all choose not to? Do y'all ever notice stitches coming out? You know, so on and so forth. But what I'm doing, I just really do it around the chain too. So then it gets kind of like thick. The strings get thick, and then I just tie off and add a little bit of fabric glue. And I haven't had any ends come out since with the kids, so I think the only string that really comes out is the when you're done sewing up the end. But it's just one really long string. It's easy for the kids to put back in. So it's not like bad, like, oh, you're pulling on the center part. Now you're putting its finger and its poor behind and everything like that. All right. Weaved in. Going to cut. And because it's not sweet snuggles, I can just keep going. It's not going to flake everywhere. Now I'm going to decrease. So I just did one around. I just followed the pattern to a T, how it looks now. Now I am going to continue to follow pattern. 1, 2, single crochet decrease by 4. Okay, so they want me to do 4 decreases. Okay. Will the feet line up? Probably not. I have a feeling they won't line up, but we can try. Second decrease. Third decrease. Fourth decrease. My boyfriend Liam actually gave me some conversation topics to go through. So let me open up my journal and I can go through some conversation topics. Okay. Let me see. Yes, notes about work. There we go. Bots and AI. All right. For the, what are you all's thoughts on AI? Not AI crochet patterns. Those are chop. Those are absolute chop. But what are you all's thoughts on like AI in general, for how a lot of people are using AI, like the voice generated stuff? Like I was watching a video, someone apologized because for the voice AI thing, it had that setting on there and they didn't want it, whereas like dubbing in different languages, you know, and in schools right now, they're actually talking about a bit for AI, even at the elementary school level. Talking about we shouldn't be scared of it and using it more. I don't know much about the topic. I've always been skeptical about the topic, but I know there's a chance it might be the new thing. But for art, I know it's a huge conversation. It's a huge conversation. So I'm curious what you all's thoughts are for bots and AI. Also YouTube. YouTube bots are crazy, Let me grab my sticky note because I'm going to forget how many stitches I do around. I already know it. Okay. They originally want me to do 11. I'm not going to do 11. Maybe, let me see what it's like if I do 5. Like, I feel like almost no one's real on YouTube anymore. Everything is just bots, you know? And which is a shame, but, like, I understand it's kind of just how things are. There's a term for it that has a not great word in it, so I can't say it so much. But I know a lot of people have been using that term around on the internet, being like, oh, this is how things are going, you know, things are going downhill, and using this term for it. Makes you think, what's the next era going to be? Like, it's crazy because since I grew up, you know, in an era, like, I always knew about the internet. People were having smartphones when I was in elementary school. It's not something I really thought of, like, what's going to be the next thing? What's going to be my generation's version of, I remember back in my day when you had iPhone. Now we got, I don't know, something where like phones in our head. I don't know. Things like that. Next things next. Williamsburg. Liam and I went to Williamsburg. It was so nice. Like Safiya Nygaard, she's a YouTuber I like a lot. She really likes Colonial Williamsburg, and Liam out on a whim. Back in October, we decided that in November we would go for like the trip this year, because last year we went to Harper's Ferry and it was so fun. We stayed on property. It was pretty pricey, but it was so worth it because Liam drove, so you know, when it was nighttime or no, it was really early, I got to walk around and it was so peaceful and seeing everything at night. And they weren't lying when it was like, oh yeah, it's a living museum. I'm like, oh, now I see what y'all mean by a living museum. Okay, that makes sense. All right. Okay, so I'm on 4 times around. His leg's looking pretty good. I don't know how much longer I want to make it. It's already about 4 inches. So I'm going to do 1 more round. And then do I fasten off? Stuff bottom half of leg, pinch close. Wait, what? Oh, these legs floppy. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. What the nonsense? I'm working around 18. So stuff bottom half of leg. Then pinch to close and single crochet together 4 times. It's like sewing the feet together. Then chain 1, working both sides of 4 single crochet in a circle. What? This is not making sense, y'all. I don't think I'm good. I may not be good enough for this. I'm not going to lie to you. What if I just fasten off and continue it the same way? Do I have to do it the way they want me to do it? I guess we'll have to see. Did I take out the stitch marker? Okay, no, I didn't. I was going to say, wait. Pause. Uh-oh. Okay, so this is a stitch marker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I accidentally did 6. Which is fine. But should it be longer? Because if not, he's gonna be like this tall at this point right now. You know what? I'm gonna call it here. Okay, so it says here, stuff bottom half of leg, then pinch and single crochet together. Just make sure the knees line up with the feet. Got a message. Gonna respond to that later. I don't know, because I'm scared, like, they want me to do the double mounts. If I do that, his legs are gonna be literally this tall. Should I go for it? Oh, I'm conflicted. Oh, I'm making a vlog legs. This is gonna be a chop. This is gonna be so whack, but we're just gonna go for it. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we're gonna go around more until it matches up the number of times for it. The only thing I would change about Williamsburg is that it's a college town, but there's not a lot of places to DoorDash. Like, we were looking on the DoorDash, and there's only, like, this one generic, like, quote-unquote cheesesteak place that, you know, was serviceable. But I was surprised, because at least for Maryland, you forget how many cool options are in a busy part of Maryland when you begin to look at, when you go to travel, and you're like, oh, this is rural. There's not really anything to order except American food or college town food or anything like that. So right now I decided to follow a pattern to a T, and I'm worried how it's gonna look, but we're just gonna go for it. It's gonna be really skinny though, so it's not gonna use up too much resources at the very least, or time. I know I should start stuffing it, and I'm not making good choices waiting to stuff it. I'm gonna count how many rows, because I'm gonna do 12. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have 2 more rounds to go. Oh, it's not that long. Okay, I'm glad I went for the way I want it to be. Maybe I should make one of Don Quixote. The students are really loving Don Quixote this year. I'm so glad that the curriculum this year is not like whack like the one from last year. And that the kids are enjoying it, because it's funny. Like, I didn't learn what parody was in school, and I'm so glad these kids are learning about parody and everything. They're eating it up. So this is his leg so far. It's the size of my face. I wish my ruler nearby, but he's like, it's like 6 inches tall. So I'm going to count how many rows I have. Alright, so I've done 12. So now I'm going to add more stuffing to it. I probably should have done it earlier, but I was like, no, I want to make sure the length was okay first because I have the frog. And oh, I can't believe I'm bringing him to life. You know, maybe being on the naughty list isn't so bad. Shove in there. I totally just threw that on the floor. Oh my goodness. Thankfully, if I was using smaller yarn, this would have been not great, but thankfully it's this yarn. Too bad I don't have any magnets. I know some people add magnets in there, but maybe it's better that way. He doesn't have magnets, or I can just like put magnets in later, because I can easily shove my finger in a stitch for it. Alright, I think that's how much stuffing I want to put in his leg. I'm just going to do it up to his like feet and everything and make everything else be floppy. So now the directions, I hope I do this correct. They want to pinch it closed and single crochet across, making sure that it's at his feet are sticking up like this. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to undo a few stitches, and then I'm going to single crochet across. It should just be 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And voila, we got a leg. He has a leg. It has an eye. It has 2 ears. It does not have an eye or 2 ears. Alright, chain 1, working on both sides of single crochet in a circle. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. So they want me to do the front loop and back loop. That's really weird, but okay. Okay. How's this gonna look? Oh, this is gonna be crazy. I hope this pattern's not AI. Let me click on this. I got stuff Ravelry. What if this is AI? It doesn't look like AI. I have hope. I have hope. I just closed the pattern. Okay. So what they want me to do, I don't know if I want to do 10, because it's going to be this tall. I think I'm going to just leave the legs like this. I'm going to be so for real. I will do, with after the 1 chain, I will do like another single crochet row across, so it's really floppy and easy to sew and then fasten off, because that's just not gonna work. So we have the first leg done. I decided not to add all those extra rows, and I could just sew this on later. Whoop. All right, this is the first leg. Now I'm gonna make 1 more of these. This poor fella's leg on me. Let's see how long it takes me to make the second leg. I think I can do it in 5 minutes if I focus, honestly. Didn't take too long at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we just do increase around. So I just find the first stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. First increase. Oh, my arm's cramping. Woo! Second increase. Third increase. I'm so tired. Fourth increase. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but I got like 5 hours of sleep last night. It was not a good night. 5 increase. Liam thankfully came by and helped me out with my stuff, because I was getting really overwhelmed from all the work stuff. But, you know, everything turned out in the end, which is good. Yeah, I'm so thankful for him. Maybe one day he'll make an appearance on the streamer channel, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. That's not something I'm gonna, purposely ask him to. I always ask my friends and everything before, if they want to be on camera, before I, post videos or pictures, because you just never know. There's some wild people out there, and you just gotta be really careful with what you put out there, even though people around my age and everything, now it's like around time people thought you could put really like anything, like, oh, this family placed at this very specific moment is not private information. I totally should upload it publicly, but just because I know now, I just want to do better now. This body better not be too hard. Oh, okay. This pattern is actually so smart for the body. You just put on the legs. I think I'm not going to fast enough on the other one, and then just single crochet them together. It is actually pretty cool. Once again, I'm going to weave in this end. So glad I don't have to use fabric glue for a Bernat blanket, because like, I like fabric glue, but I don't cut the nozzle. I know you should, but I'm particular, and I'm like, I'm going to be stubborn. I'm not going to cut it. It's perfectly fine. I am above glue holes. I'm not going to let it stop me. And then it just takes forever for me to get the glue out, because I have to flip it upside down because it's a small bottle. Thinking what colors eyes I should do. Maybe blue. But I don't know if I have blue in the same size. But I might do like 2 different color eyes. Kind of do like anime OC style. Like, I know when I was a kid, I was really interested in doing things with like 2 different colors for the eyes. I thought it was really unique and stunning and cool. And it was, and then it got overused, and then as trends do go, when they get overused, then people stop using them. When they come back again, it feels novel and fresh. Alright, weaved in this end. Now I'm going to snip snip. I am going to sneeze. Oh my gosh. Excuse me, my apologies for the sneeze. I know I shouldn't apologize for a sneeze, but I don't know how the mic sounds when I sneeze, so... Crochet plans. Oh, yeah. Crochet plans. So, this weekend, I am going to really work on getting these done. I don't know how much I'll film of it, because sometimes I don't... After I stopped getting overwhelmed, I could have streamed yesterday for sewing everything together, because I didn't want to start a new project, but I was like, also like, no, I don't want to... I have to be really focused when sewing, because like for crochet you can take out some stitches if you mess up. For sewing, it's just a whole process, and it takes significantly longer to fix a sewing mistake than a crochet mistake for me. So there's that. Now we're going to do some decreases. So I'm going to do 1, 2, overstuffing the feet as usual. How do you all feel about bananas? So, I know it's random, but right now, a fruit that my body doesn't feel weird about texture-wise, or like buying in grocery store-wise, is bananas. And it's actually so interesting because bananas are kind of tricky for me for the texture, so I usually only eat them green. In Jamaica, we usually have green bananas, or green banana anyways, like boiled for a provision or side. So I think that's why I can have them when they're green. When they're ripe, it's really tricky. And especially like when they're stringy or when they're bruised, my brain's just like, no, thank you. We're just not going to have this today. I'm like, okay, that's fine, brain. But for me, it's tricky buying fruits and vegetables. Like, I really, really like fruits and vegetables. But it's easier for me to buy vegetables than fruit. And I love when I'm able to like eat cucumbers and tomatoes and carrots, and I always get sad when there's no vegetables in the house. But buying it's so scary because I don't like when there's mold on fruits and vegetables. It's a huge thing of mine. It just, because then also I don't like keeping it at home because I don't want food to go bad at my house, because then it's really spooky. And it's just like, oh, I got a notification. One time, Sprouts did me dirty. Sprouts, Fresh Market, whatever. I bought a squash, and I was scared of something wrong with it because it was fuzzy and white on top. So I told Liam to come get it, to cut it in half, because I'm sure I was like, I'm going to be brave. I'm going to fight against this, and I am going to face my fears. I am going to not say I'm going to throw this away. So he came over, and he cut it in half. It was rotten all the way to the core, bruh. It was white. I only got a faint sight of it before Liam tossed it, and I almost died. I didn't almost die, but I felt like it. I felt my flight and fight go off. I said, I'm never buying squash again, cooking it. Absolutely not, never. Wrong answer. So that's why me and squash aren't friends anymore, even though squash is delicious. Speaking of vegetables, bringing reduced lunch slaps. When I was growing up, I really liked, because I got to have like American food, you know, versus just like I like stewed chicken and rice and peas and everything, and boiled dumpling and curry chicken. But sometimes you want something that's like not some really from home stuff. And you'd always have like you'd have the cucumbers. You'd have like cucumbers. I'm like, oh my gosh, this cucumber actually slaps. You have kiwi and honeydew and cantaloupe. The actual meat entrees were I don't like the pizza or chicken patties or anything, but the fruits and vegetables and the vegetarian options make it worthwhile for me personally. I'm almost done the second leg. Oh my gosh, it's 25 minutes already. Oh my god, I'm so sad. I want to be able to finish this on stream, but I probably won't be able to. Let me see if I can at least finish the legs and body today, and then maybe when I start my next stream, I'll probably work on this when I'm exercising, and when I start my next stream, I can show you all what the finished guy looks like. Because I'm chatting too much, I'm being too chatty, I'm forgetting to breathe because I'm talking so much. Don't yawn, Monique. Don't yawn. Don't yawn. Don't yawn. I'm going to start yawning. I can feel it. I'm going to try. I'm trying to stop. I'm starting to move in my chair. It's distracting, Monique. Don't move in your chair. Okay, let's see how many rows this is. Okay, it's at 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on. I'm getting tired, so it's getting hard to count. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have 2 more rows to go. I'm almost done the second leg. Woo! 11. I have 1 more row to go. And then his legs will be done legging, and I can combine them and do the body. Where is the body? That's a RuPaul's Drag Race reference I should not be making. Okay. I'm going to put some polyfill into the foot here, and then the second leg's done. Then I actually like how they do the body to combine it together. I know they wanted a certain way for doing it longer. I'm not doing the legs longer. He's just getting some... These legs are long enough. The legs are the longest part of this body. He's going to be a long elf. There's going to be the elf that Santa left cooking too long in the oven. Is that mean to say about the elf? I'm making him. I'm making my creation. I'm being so judgmental about him. I should be nicer to him. This is going to be a good elf. He's like the elf. My favorite Christmas movie is Elf. I love Elf. I haven't seen it in many years, but when I was a kid, I liked it. I hope it holds up to this day. I should watch it actually recently and make sure that it's not like... I mean, 2000s humor was very questionable in regards to if it was logistically okay to say or not, but so I have to see. What do you all usually have in the background? There's a show I've really been into recently that is about performers, and a season 17 is about to come out for it soon. I'm really looking forward to it, but can't really talk too much about it just because the show, you know, there's a lot of crazy things going on in the world right now with controversies and everything for certain stuff, but I really like the show, and it's teaching me a lot more about things that I wish I, you know, had the patience to learn about growing up when I was in drama club, because there was someone at my school who was really talented and did different dance art things for impersonations, and I just, you know, I couldn't appreciate the artistry at the time, and now as an adult, I'm like, oh my gosh, I eat this up. The artistry is so good. The stories are so good about found family and everything that people, any kind of stuff, can relate to. And my students talk a lot about found family as well, you know, because, yeah, you know, everyone's family dynamic is different and everything. The legs are together now. So now what they want me to do, they want me to work in the back and front loops, and I need to get it to 22. So now that I did that, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to make this a little bit thicker so it's not like you can rip him in half. I can already see the kids ripping his everything in half, and that's not cool. He doesn't deserve to be ripped in half. If he's going to be ripped in half, I'm going to rip him in half because from destroying him from this project. So I'm going to make sure there's 10, 3. Is that correct? I want 3. I want 3. Why did I put a stitch marker here? It's so annoying. Okay. 4, 5, 6. Yes, I'm going to move the string. I'm going to use a tie. 7 and 8. Okay, I think 8's plenty. Now what's going to happen is it's going to be working around. So they want us to work in the front and back loop. So I'm just going to chain 1. And then I'm going to shove my hook in a random spot and hope it's a front loop. I should have 16 by the end of this if I didn't mess up. Okay, flop again. 1, 2. Oh gosh, I hope I'm doing this right. 3, because you can't see your stitches at all. Burn that blanket. 4, or you can, but it's really fluffy. Come on, bro. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I conquered the first side. I conquered the first side. So now, oh, I'm supposed to increase? What am I supposed to increase at? What do you mean I'm supposed to increase? I'm going to do that for this next round because that's not going to make sense because I'm doing 8. I don't care if he built like a brick. He's going to be all right. 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh gosh, I hope this is right. I'm not in the right row. Wait, I am. Never mind. I'm at 12. I'm at 12. 13, 14. Oh goodness, 2 more stitches. 2 more stitches. 2 more, please. Oh gosh, 15. Wait, was that 15? Yeah. 16. Okay, so now he has a circle. He is kind of, it's his legs. He said, hey legs. He said purr with the legs. And now it's a circle somehow. Why did I fasten this off so long? Because I didn't know what I was doing, that's why. So now the body is saying, I need to increase. Oh, I'm supposed to increase on the sides. I'm going to fix that to increase on the sides. Okay, so that makes sense now. So I'm going to do it again, but just increase on the sides. So increase 9, increase 9. And just do that. That's what I'm going to do. So I did an increase. Was that 16? No, it's a 16. So I need to do 7. Because minus 2 stitches is 14. And then, okay, so increase. Okay, I can math this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, it's not going to be lined up right. Oh, whatever. Increase. Increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on, string. 6, 7, 8. I know it's not perfect, but just the way the stitch is lining up. So now he's starting to get some body. He's not built, you know, like what he was before. They want me to go around 16 rounds. I'm not going to increase anymore because then he's going to be a little bit of a chunky elf. So I don't know if I'm going to do 17 rounds though, because this is 12 rounds. Because then he's going to be like this. And it's not even his head and hat. Oh gosh. Oh, this is enough red yarn. I meant to save this yarn for something else, but you know what? Let's just go for it. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to start at 12 rounds and go from there instead of the 17. Okay, 17. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Also, normally I do replace the stitch markers every row, or I just count the number in my head. But one, I can't count the number in my head because I'm streaming. I'll forget. And two, it's small stuff, you know, for how this is turning out. It's not really anything serious I'm going to sell, so I don't mind if the stitches don't line up perfectly. For me not moving the stitch marker, it's just faster if I just keep it in there and just keep going around. This is so fun. I haven't made like a doll thing before, and this is just going to be the craziest thing. I'm so scared for the face and the face details. I'm actually so glad I'm not going to show you all how me sewing on the face and the face details, because it's just not going to be good. His little smile. This is going to be like, so his smile is going to be like, it's going to be like all tied up in his face, so that way they won't get pulled out, but the stitches do anyways. I'm so glad it's the weekend, so I can go to bed at a respectable 8 o'clock and wake up nice and early and get to actually sit around before going to work. What do you all usually do on the weekends? Like for me, I usually just crochet and watch shows and catch up with Liam. I do a lot of crochet as well, but unfortunately it's hair wash week. I was supposed to untwist my hair earlier. I mean, this looks fine. Oh, the bow's still on there. Hi, Teacher Bob. So my teacher outfit. I make sure not to take off everything so y'all don't see the same old pajamas I usually do. But I keep my hat on because it's warm. It's warm when I keep on my hat. So I'm just going to keep that on. But I put my candle on. Right now it's vanilla coffee. My sister got me. Just chilling out. That's what I usually like to do on my weekends. All right, so this is what he's starting to look like. The stitches are questionable. Like, look at that. Like, Santa, I'm disappearing, and like, you need to take like. Okay, I hope this term makes sense to people who are not gamers. But basically, sorry, I thought I was crocheting the wrong way for a second. I think I'm crocheting the wrong way. Okay, wait. Because you're supposed to be crocheting. I'm crocheting I don't know how it turned out where I'm crocheting the opposite way, but we're not fixing it. I'm definitely crocheting the opposite way. I'm just. It's one of those days because I'm definitely crocheting inside out right now. I am definitely. How did I start crocheting inside out? Wait. What did I thought. Y'all, please help me. When did I start crocheting inside out? See, everything's going wrong. Medication's wearing off. I'm on 5 hours of sleep. I'm freehanding this I'm not freehanding this pattern. I'm doing this lovely pattern. I'm butchering it by this lovely person. I stopped myself mid-conversation topic, and I don't even remember where I left off on. But it'll come back to me, because I'm going to force my brain to remember. Candle, TV show, crochet. Asking a question to the audience. It'll come back to me later. I am so appalled I'm crocheting inside out. I swear I've been crocheting for a year. I swear that I am a beginner, but I'm not like bad beginner. Okay, he's not turning out too bad at all, actually. It's like 38 minutes in. Wow, I can't believe it's almost been an hour already. Christmas music. Y'all thoughts? Me? I love Christmas music. I used to listen to Christmas music all the time. Growing up, it was like really comforting to me. But I don't listen to it too much now because I try to be understanding that a lot of people don't like Christmas music. I like how dramatic it is and the chord progressions of everything. It just feels very musical theater to me. Okay, he's turning out pretty good. He's turning out all right. start stuffing him soon, but I still really can't believe that I stitching inside out. When I get to the part where I start decreasing, I'm going to probably just turn. So that way, at least the pattern, the thing for it being inside out, like the fluffiness for it, won't be consistent the rest. Because y'all, I can tell it's inside out. If you've been crocheting for a while, you can see, let me turn my stuff. The top part, you can see the inconsistency of the stitches versus the bottom. The bottom is the correct way where it looks more uniform. Who knows? Maybe it's some accidental. It's some accidental texture. He's a little textured with his stuff. I was so worried when I got the clover hooks that the plastic hook was going to be like not great, but the plastic hook is actually really, really nice. Granted, I'm working with blanket yarn, so it's not really too hard to find a hook to use it with. And for all hooks, after a while, for me personally, I have to use Dawn dish soap so it doesn't squeak. Because I work with earplugs, it's not the sound that bothers me, it's the texture I can feel when it's rubbing against the hook wrong. I need to remember to breathe. Monique, you're a human. Breathe. You should breathe, Monique. Breathing is important. Getting oxygen, fresh air, very important. I'm going to count how many rounds this is once I get back to the stitch marker. And then we're going to go from there and see if I want to make them any longer. So I can't even count my stitches because they're so fluffy because I'm doing inside out, but I'm just going to try my best. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is 7 right now. His proportions, so let's do some more. I think the next thing I want to work on after sewing all these up maybe is hamsters, because I have this beautiful variegated yarn that I want to use for a hamster because hamsters are really simple, and like the brownish variegated yarn I think would be really cute. Just so like some people may not be into all the colors, and some people want something a little more realistic, and I'm not doing color changes. No. Doing a hamster, no color changes, 10 minutes. Color changes with 1 extra color, 15 minutes. No, what? 25 minutes. 3 colors, and it's in certain spots, and I have to follow a picture guideline, 45 minutes. But when I made those guinea pigs for my friend in summer, if y'all remember those guinea pigs, that was actually so cute and so fun. And that friend really, really appreciated it, and it was really worthwhile. But for a Christmas shop, if I had more time, I would. But I just, I'm just doing too much with my time, remembering things. He's so red. He's like a little. What if I just stop now, sewed in the top, and just crocheted a face on it, or just like colored a face on it? Made it look like, I forgot what the guy was from Yo Gabba Gabba. I guess like a green guy, and he's like has horizontal strings, like the orange hair and like the kind of like thick black eyes, I think. And I think he's just 2 legs in a rectangle. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of a different guy. Or maybe it wasn't even green. Should I look this up? Let me look this up. Yo Gabba Gabba Cast. I didn't watch the show, but me and my friends made not great jokes about it when I was in middle school, as middle schoolers do. Oh no, he got arms. He got arm, but he don't have a neck. He don't have a neck. Okay, so I was kind of correct. He don't have a neck. He's doing a good job for not having a neck. Necks are a little overrated anyways. It's just a weak point on a human body. That makes no sense, Monique. That makes absolutely no sense. Thank goodness the hour's almost up, so I'm not... I do watch back what I bake. I do watch back what I make a lot. Even when I know I'm making a fool of myself, I do watch it back because life's too short to be serious. There's a time in my life when I was like really serious for like internally, like you wouldn't see it on the outside, but in my life when I would think I was like I had to be serious about some things, but no, now I'm like, no, if I want to be silly, I can be silly. I'm not hurting anyone with my stuff, and if I am, people will let me know. And I'm just really excited for my students to get a chance to see this. It's going to be so nice. I got new GIMP strings, and they came in. Was it Wednesday? It was Wednesday. And the kids were so cute making the GIMPs, and they were going to make them for their family members. I got like $100 worth of Rex lace plastic GIMP strings. Because I used to make a lot of GIMP keychains, and the kids they're making them for people and everything, and I'm just glad that I'm able to share a part of me with them. And the fact that they're being respectful about it too, like they're not taking it out when I'm learning. If I am and I give one warning, they put it away. And, you know, every batch of kids is different. You never know what you're going to get. And I'm glad that this bunch I have is responsible with craft things. I'm going to count my stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I think that's it. So this is his body. So now they want to decrease a bit. I'm going to stuff it first. I'm not going to stuff him too much. Do I want to add weight to the body? What kind of something weighted I don't think I wanted to buy poly pellets, but I'm like, no, they're too expensive. So I didn't. I think yarn scraps would be pretty heavy, actually. No, but the problem is if the kids throw him around, he'll start leaking out the yarn stuff, and I think that'd be kind of traumatic. You know, like you just have a little elf that someone on the naughty list just produced with their own hands to rival Santa. No, I'm not rivaling Santa. And then students start throwing them around, and then they just kind of like are not vibing. Okay, let's see if he sits up. He sits up without the head. He probably won't sit up when the head comes on, but that's fine. This is his body. Ah! So cute. I'm going to chain one and fix the positioning around it because I don't know what I was doing before. Okay. What kind of decreases are these? 3 decrease, 9 decrease, 6. Oh, it's just on the sides. It's just on the sides. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to undo a bit. And it starts with I'll start with the decrease. So that way he kind of built like a cereal box. I know this sounds really mean, but I'm not being mean. There is nothing wrong with being boxy. Absolutely nothing wrong with being boxy. I'm going to chain... No, I can't chain one because of the way I messed it up. Decrease. Maybe I could wait one more stitch. And then decrease. Now what I'm doing, I'm just decreasing when I get to the portion on the corner. So that way he can be a bit more flat on the top. So I just did a decrease. Now I'm going to do 8 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then a decrease. Is that the other corner? Yep. Great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I am going to just do 1 decrease around. Is he decreasing that much? Yeah, for his shoulder. So I'll just do 1 decrease. 1 decrease, 2 decrease, 3 decrease, 4, almost done with this, decrease, and then 5 decrease. So now I'm going to fasten off, and this is the body. This is his little legs and the body. Let me add a little bit more stuffing. Then I'm going to sew this on top, and then I don't think I have time to start anything else. They say make the collar. Wait, what is this? Oh, it's the ruffles. Okay, I'm not going to fasten off because they want to attach back yarn to it. I think what I'm going to do, actually no, I think that would make the most sense. This is confusing. I'm trying to think a lot what I want to do for the ruffles. I'm gonna color change, fasten off the red, so I can tie in together the red, and then I can go from there, I think is what I'm gonna do. So let me redo this part here. Before I pull the last loop, I'm gonna grab, is this the normal white? Just winter white. Yeah, this is the normal white. Then I'm going to chain one and turn, so I'm sewing the correct way now, or crocheting the correct way now. And the ways you do ruffles for anything is that you just do three double crochets. So that's what I'm going to do. So this red string is still here. I'm going to tie it off pretty long so I can sew it. But now I'm just going to take the pattern in my own hands and just do that. So chain two, or it's going to chain two for less of a gap. First double crochet, no, second double crochet. No, that's the first one because I chained two, so the first one's not going to count. 2 and 3. There's this huge gap here I could just sew later. And now I'm going to go back in each stitch and do 3 double crochets. I'm going to do this around twice, so that way his collar can be ruffly. 1, 2, 3. They want to do treble? Absolutely not. Good thing I'm doing this way. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ruffles are so relaxing. When I was going down to waist with them, I made ruffle hats. I think I showed in my trailer video for my family, 3 of them, and it was really nice to do. My hands get tired after a while. The last round was 1,500 double crochets, so it was a lot. No, I think crochet clusters. Yeah, it was crochet clusters. It was just like, okay. Took me about 2 hours, you know, to make sure to do that last, no, probably like an hour and a half, but I didn't do it all at once because your hands get so tired after a while. So as you can see, it's starting to ruffle, so that's cool. 1, 2, 3. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take out the stitch marker, and using the traditional crochet way, I'm going to join instead of just continuing in the round. No, just one more I need to do because there's this gap here. Yeah, so one more. 1, 2, 3. So now I'm going to, this is what the ruffle's looking like. It's kind of facing up, so I'm just going to go through again. Let's see how it turns out. If it doesn't look good, like if it's like too much, I could do it so it doesn't ruffle as much, but I have hope. Let's see how this turns out. 1, 2, first double crochet, 1. So now back in each of the stitches, you do 3 double crochets, so basically triples each time. 2, 3. Just gonna keep going around. Oh, this is gonna look so good. Not my brain getting fixated on the ruffles. I think I've been talking about the ruffles since I started. I'm like, this is gonna be so good. These ruffles are gonna be so good. Oh my gosh, they're looking so good. That's what I'm probably gonna sound like when I'm looking back on this, being like, And now I'm dropping the crochet hook. Is that 2? That's 2. I'm gonna do 2 more clusters, and I'm going to see how it's looking and see if I want to frog it and change it down to 2 or how it's looking. So one more 3DC cluster. Okay. I like it. I think this is what I'm going to go for. The color is going to be absolutely massive, but it's fine. I want him to have a massive collar. He's going to be the elf of all elves. He's going to have a massive collar. He's going to show all the other elves what's good. Let's see if I can finish in 4 minutes this round. It's going to take about 3 times longer from the previous round, not counting me dropping the hook or dropping stitches from getting tired. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm moving so quick. This is probably the fastest I've moved all day with crocheting, because I'm in the zone now. I can stare at this yarn and sit in silence for another hour. Yep, I got 4 minutes left. Let's see if I can finish in time. I don't have to. I like to set an arbitrary goal for myself, though, when streaming. So I don't go on too far and hurt myself, but also so I can just keep it in mind. I don't know, it's comforting to me. I really, really like numbers and counting to myself. Oh yeah, these look really good. This looks really, really good. 3 minutes, I can do this. Move faster, hands. 1, 2, 3. What was you all's favorite cartoon Christmas special growing up? Mine's was definitely The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, or Chowder. I really liked all those, but I like the Ed and Eddie one too. I liked a lot of them. Or something I don't like. I don't like Grandma Got Ran Over by a Reindeer. I never liked the plots when people don't believe someone who's like younger and they kind of just say like, oh, well, you're delusional, or different things like that. Like, that's for a reason why I never messed with Chicken Little. Granted, Chicken Little is actually a bad movie, but I don't like Grandma Got Ran Over by a Reindeer, sorry. Oliver the Other Reindeer. No, Olive the Other Reindeer. Does anyone remember that one? That one's a chop. What else? Is there any other cartoony Christmas movies besides the ones I mentioned, like for cartoon specials? No, I think that's it. That I can come up with the top of my head. I'm sure I'll think of some later and be like, oh, I forgot this one. Fairly Odd Parents one is fine. It's not memorable. Oh my gosh, the SpongeBob one. How did I forget? Santa's coming tonight. Santa's coming tonight. Santa's coming tonight. Santa's coming tonight. That one's always fun. And then the donkey joke in it. Oh my goodness. I can do this. Speed run. I'm almost to the end. It's worth it. These ruffles are going to be so good. They're going to be so dramatic. 1, 2, 3. I'm almost to the end of the round. Yep, I have 4 more stitches. Okay, great. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3 more. 1, 2, 3. 2 more. 1, 2, 3, and 1 more. 1, and I did it. Cool. 2 and 3. Slip stitch, and then fasten off, and those are the ruffles. And let's take a good look. Let's take a gander and see how he's looking. Oh, this color's perfect. It's everything I wanted. I could have went one more round, but it would have been too big, but I like it. Thank you everyone for joining me today in my little elf outfit. I will show pictures when I'm done. You'll see them next stream, and I should be back on schedule unless crazy work things continue to happen. So, thank you everyone for joining me today. I hope you have a great rest of your day and a very nice weekend. Bye.